Good evening, guys. It's 6:10 p.m. Today is Valentine Day, February 14, 2023. And I forgot, my wife reminded me, honey, it's a Valentine Day. You didn't wish me, So, but anyway, so let's start with this, right? So statement from yesterday's pre-market note. So I carried forward here. So yesterday in the morning I wrote this statement. So what was that? It was says it. Let's say price just stands one way today, which is yesterday. Morning. So here I say yesterday here, right? The entire day then during CPI, it may reverse that move after the news, and then again go back to the original intended direction, right? So mark this statement, remember this statement. During CPI, it may reverse yesterday's move. That's pretty much it, right? And then it will go back to the intended direction. Okay? So remember this statement from yesterday. Now, because of CPI, it's hard to guess any direction, right? Because CPI price moves, right? Either or it moves both ways. You never know, right? So I observed today, some specific price pattern. So that's why I put this here. Stick with 60 series in NQ and 15 point slot in ES, right? So it's a different writing today, right? But I observed certain way price. So I put this thing in, right? And then I said no one knows where price is going, right? All I know is it's bounced from higher time frame support and all this thing, right? And then you can read through it. But ultimately I said wait till 9:30 or 9, right? And mark CPI highs and low, and we are open for both sides, and then everything else was in discount, right? But overall 60s, 50s, 15s, So while I am here, so let me show you. So 60s means the way I explained in Discord is hold on, let me pull it out so at least you know. Okay, so see these things. This was yesterday, today. So today starting 6:30, I started typing it, right? So I said 55 was target yesterday, it achieved, right? So now observe how they achieved it and what they are doing around those levels. 55, so which is this, see that 55, okay? And then now, so this is what I wrote it at 6 o'clock. Yesterday I said 55 is the target. Okay, so now understand this as well. At 8 a.m. EST on February 10th, price started its up journey from 4060, and now today CPI day. This is what I wrote at 6:37. It is almost back to 4160, exact 100 point, right? Most likely it will be around 4160 at 8 a.m. right? So now you can see it. So I wrote it at here, right? 8 a.m. you can see it was right at 60. Okay, now NQs like 60 series today, so 12,060, 160, 260, basically every 100 point slot, 360, 460, 560, 660, right? And then above 70 series. ES is a 15 point slot, that means 4025, 40, 55, 70, 85, 4100, 4115, today's morning low to the tick. See that? 4130, which is 31 actually, which is this. You can see there is a lot more rotation there, and that 31 and 15 give me a hint today morning that buyers are inactive, and then I just picked up the 45 point slot, 15 point slot. So next level was what? 45. So I was watching this, right? So once it took out 31, it bounced from 15, then 31, right? Then 45. See, every 15 point it was getting small rejection and then taking it out, right? So that was the pattern in the morning. Internals were rising, momentum was rising, right? Everything was good. So but I waited, I waited for 31 and 45 to be taken out. The moment it took out, I went long at 51 aggressively at the high, at the tail end actually, but the context was with me, at that time most likely 45, next level was 60 and 75. So when I went long at 51, I know at least it will go to 60 or 75. So I had a 9 points to grab. Everything was good. And NQ most likely it will go to 660, so which is this, right? 560 was the level at the time, right? So NQ was here, so I waited, 560 was taken out here, right? And then price was at 586. That was a 4-hour level, 4-hour time frame, 586. So I went long at 586. Target was 660. 60 cities, right? ES was 75 was the target, and 60 was the scaling. That's it, So I just waited, and then after open, I observed it, right? So of the open also I knew the moment NQ went below 460, I know most likely it will go to 360. Unfortunately, it didn't go to 360. It just bounced from this hunting level. We know hunting levels are powerful anyway. So anyway, if we are short, right, we're not going to wait till 360. But that was the ideal level I was expecting, But the moment it bounced and then went above 460, that's where I started watching it for buyers, that hey, can it take this out? And then it took out this area, which is good. Then it took out this 560 also, and then there is another upthrust. That's where I went long, And in Discord also, many of you also went long also, couple of members. And couple of members did not take along because it was too aggressive. And I agree with them, it was aggressive. But then I had an end goal in mind, and end goal was nearby. So that's why I took the long. Okay. Now, remember I said also in the pre-market yesterday that if CPI moves one way day before, then it will rebalance. It will come down and then go to the original intended direction. Correct? So now watch this. We don't need this. So now watch this. See, this is like ridiculous, but that's how it is, So yesterday we closed at 41.60, right? Yesterday's up move started from this area. So now you read my statement again. So what I said yesterday, it was a up day or any trending move, it will reverse. It may reverse, and then it will go back to original intended direction, right? So this was 15 was a breakout point right here. See that? And happens to be our 15-point slot also. So the moment I see a bounce from here, right, and then it took out this 31, I knew. So the notes what it says yesterday, right? Remember, it will reverse the move, which is this almost, and it will go into original intended direction, which was up. See that? It will reversed it during CPI news, and after open it went to original intended direction. Then here, due to CPI, this down move, again sellers sold it. See that? So that's how it is, right? So it is exactly the way I said it, So now this 31, right, and this 45, those were the two important points. So I gave those levels actually yesterday, So hold on, let me pull it out also, so at least you guys know. Gold today trading. What was it? Hold on, guys. Let me pause it and yeah. So here, tomorrow, yesterday, 3:52 p.m. Right? Tomorrow, which is today, 31, 45 are important, right? So now you watch. 31. See that CPI low? See, it is not coincidence. It was important level, right? Then you can argue at 45 did not do anything. Actually it did. If you go zoom back in 1 minute time frame, you will see this 45 also. So 31, 45 important, right? Then 55 also. So but then I only give 31 and 45, right? So you observe it. During CPI, price may trade through it back and forth. But once you see it, it's holding it. You can trade it. See, look at here. See that? 45 touched it down, right? 31 touched it up. So at least it bounced from the valid level, right? Then slice through it, right? Again here it went up. I know buyers are in control. So look at here also. See that buyers? Then slice through it. Then went above it. So I was observing it of the open, that it went above 31, check mark 1, buyers are there. Then it sliced through this 45 here, which is this level. See, you can see it here in a smaller time frame. There is a response. See that? Even also with 31 right of the open. See that 31. See, so here you can't know all these things, but here it clearly tells you these things, that 31 somebody shorted it. It was an important level, 15, here somebody bought it, then took out 31, right? So now I know, that now it's trying to go up. So let it wait, let's wait. 45 taken out. Then there was a bearish disconnect here. So at that point I said in Discord, that bearish disconnect may not hold. Price may go higher. So the moment it goes higher, it's a fair bearish disconnect that will allow you to go long. So that's the idea. I put it in place along with this reading. That's why I went aggressively long at 51, right here. And then, I build out at half 60 and then 68, and that's it. And then this one also, 660 was my target. So 660 touched, I'm done. So 586 to 660, 70, 80 points. And here 51 to 60 and 68, 10 to 15 points, done. I don't need more, few points a day consistently. That's the key, So, and that's it, right? So my trading was over here. Then I said, if you're profitable, do not trade, and I also said 45 is a line in set, and NQ probably 560. If price goes below, then your day is screwed. Ideally, I don't want price to go below at that point, So here, right? So here price sliced through those levels. At that point, I said day is screwed up. Do not trade. That's it. Do not trade. Simple. Because once the day is screwed up, you can't trade it. Because then I said, any move is not sustainable. That is what the screwed up day means. That means any time price try to go down, break down, it's going to fail. Breakout, it's going to fail. And I also said, stick with AGs. Look for fail breakout, fail breakdown. If you want to trade on a screwed up day, look for fail breakout, fail breakdown around AGs. That's a specific word, I used it. And based on that theory, okay, I didn't trade it, but these are the trades. Here, if you can see it literally, zoom in and you will see it, fail breakout. Here also fail breakout. This trade was going with the flow. I was talking in Discord at that time. The moment price went through 45, right, I put a sim long at 45 actually, and I said, what, and my stop was 43. At that time I said, what, if it doesn't hold and stop me out, it will go down to 41.20 or even 15. Then I said I can even reverse here my trade, but I said I am no longer doing that nowadays, but I can reverse it because I know now it's going to chase towards 31 or 15 or 20, and you can see that. So that's why that trade is there, like if someone wants to take it, which is 43 short, targeting 31, 20 or 15. Then I said, then now day is screwed up, so fail breakdown, fail breakout, right? So here this was another trade right here. So when I took an exit here, right, for this trade, you can go long here also here, fail breakdown, targeting the middle of the range, or close to it. Then you can wait. Here there was a fail breakout, you go in. You expect, basically, if you are thinking now it's gonna go higher, you short. Now you are going to think now it's gonna go lower, you go long. That is what I said in Discord, that you look for those signs. I think I can even show you those statements, hold on. See that 11:57 a.m. Now again I am repeating, do not bother to trade today. It's a screwed up day. Even though if you want to trade it, right, I said it will reverse on you. As I said, look for fail breakdown and breakout, opposite of what you are thinking. If observing and taking sim, these are the possible fail breakout, fail breakdown trade with entry and exit. This is what I gave them as a picture at that time, So these are all the trades back and forth. You can literally zoom in and see everything was fail breakdown. Then when price came here, right, for this long, right, you bail out here in the middle, right, somewhere in this middle. Then I said here, right, I said do not take any trade. See, in the morning it's fine. It was like initial of the screwed up day, right? But then after that, when you see it, it's confirming the idea, then you don't take in the middle. See, this trade is fine in the middle first time. Then because it was confirming that fail breakdown is going, but after here I said do not enter in the middle, stick with edges. That means here you can do something, here you can do something, but not in the middle. That's why you don't want to trade this entire move. Yeah, after 3 p.m. yes, you can trade it. I actually went long right here, actually right here. I was targeting even 70 at that time. I held it all this chop, up to 355 even I held it. My long was here 45, same levels, 45 and 31, right? Important, look at this 31, see that 31. So but anyway, at 2 o'clock I was not near the laptop or near the desktop, so I missed this one, but this was a good long. By then 45 it came down at 3 p.m. 3:15. I took this one at the same time. NQ I took this actually this one, 595 or 600, same time at the ES, right? And then I was waiting NQ 686, but damn thing, NQ keep going higher, so I kept held it. ES was chopping around, so I knew at that time that ES is not going higher, but still I held it. Dow was the troublemaker here, and then finally I gave up, right before 4 p.m. I gave up at 355 or 351. I said, what, I am done. So right here I cut it. But you can see it, literally the importance of the levels, and that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.